Hello, everybody. Welcome to part two of Dante's run. If memory serves, we were piling in back into Rot's van to go check out a security, or not security, a storage container.
Yeah, that.
Yes, that's what we were doing, if I remember. Something storage container or something.
Yeah, there was some talk. I know Rod had mentioned he didn't trust Star Johnson now and maybe wanted to talk to him.
That'll
Uh,
be in the morning.
okay.
Didn't we just get off the phone with him?
Yes. But there was some discussion about about wanting to talk to him about what else he might not be telling you guys. But that's completely up to you. Like you said, it's kind of in the middle of the night. I know a couple other people were talking about just going to check out that self-storage place.
This is probably what we're gonna do next, since I don't believe we need to stress our Johnson in the night. He sounds more incompetent than actually ill-willed.
So Dante, I guess, or Bamce, or whoever knows the answer to this question can chime in. With intimidation, or whatever else modifiers and such, um, is there a point where you like succeed too much and just can't get any information out of the person because they're quivering on the ground, or does success mean success?
That would be kind of a dick move, unless like, oh my god, you guys rolled too many goods. You did two goods, now you get nothing. You know, it's like, oh, you shot at him too dead. Now he's very dead.
It's like overcasting with edge on spellcasting roll.
Well, that's slightly different because in that situation, you literally can't like control what happens with the amount of dice that come up successes, because it's like I'm going to cast this little spell, but then magic kind of goes wild. With intimidation, it's like, okay, are you going to kill this man? If the answer is no, you can't like accidentally um, scare him to death unless it's like he has a crazy heart condition. But that would be hopefully something that you find out in the process of doing legwork, like, oh, this guy is a 96-year-old man. Maybe we should not give him heart palpitations.
Oh, I was just thinking, like somebody like this doctor. Can you make him? Can you say you roll, I don't know, 40 hits, and he resists with like 2? Is that something where he ends up just going?
In that situation, he could just, if your goal was to reduce him to a quivering mess, then yes. If that was not your goal, your GM should give you your goal because you succeeded.
Okay, gotcha.
Because if you don't, you're just being like, oh, you succeeded, but I'm still going to not give you what you wanted.
Okay. Thank you.
So Ellie's hat kind of droops as she begins the climb into the back of the van, not looking forward to the drive.
Is there something we can get her, like, I don't know, scopolamine or something?
She can ride with me if she's that uncomfortable.
It's more about the riding thing, I think, but riding a bike
Okay.
may be better.
No, I mean, like, is there future Dramamine or some shit?
I don't know what Dramamine does.
That just
It
reduces
it helps
motion
motion
sickness.
sickness.
I think it's a fear thing.
I mean, you guys can ask her.
No, but we wanted to like make a reality check. Like, is there Dramamine in the store? Like,
I don't see
I'm
a
sure
reason.
it hasn't gone away.
Yeah, I don't see a reason why, like, oh, this thing that does something completely normal in our day and age surely doesn't exist in the future.
All right, can we stop off and get her some of that?
Well,
just-
I would say you'd need to. Sorry.
No, go right ahead, Rod.
I'm gonna say that either you buy it now or we won't actually have. I would like to stop on the way. Too much.
Well, right now we're in the middle of a parking lot next to like an apartment complex.
Allie,
Well,
what are
then
these
she can make
jackasses talking about?
What's that?
Allie, what are these jackasses talking about? You got motion sickness or something?
She'll probably be sitting in the car at this point. It's like I just when it goes too fast, it just kind of messes with me.
Okay,
I'm
so can we stop and get you some medications that will help you with this?
I mean, I never tried, but this is kind of new to me. So sure, let's do it.
All right, Rolt.
They say a little
Fine.
anxiety medicine in the stuffer shack. I haven't seen that.
Probably, you know,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
it is
get.
cyberpunk. Yeah.
get your drugs.
All right, we'll just pass
Yep.
them to her. She can do as she likes with this.
Yeah. So I guess our route to the storage unit would contain a stop at the stuffer shack place or whatever place to buy some meds.
Sure.
Although it would be a situation where I don't even turn off the car.
I could use a Jolt Cola anyways.
That sounds
No, I'm sorry,
completely
Buzz.
reasonable.
A Buzz Cola,
Buzz, so yeah, Buzz Cola.
or maybe some
Jolt is
Splode.
real.
Oh, that's such a cool
Pecalarames.
name. So I don't see a reason why we couldn't stop. So we go and stop then. And I wonder if this works actually, since this is a fear of hers.
Well, is
Well,
it a fear or is it motion sickness?
It's the motion
I mean,
sickness.
it's either
Oh,
physical or it's psychological. Either way, they've got to have drugs for it.
Thing is, Dramamine makes you very sleepy. Or drowsy.
They've got drugs for that too.
Just take some long haul inside. Just start speedballing all kinds of things.
I mean, they have drugs for I can't see the magical world that surrounds us. We ought to be able to deal with motion sickness.
I think that, probably.
Though they are not really that common, if I remember. But
They're also super forbidden. The deep weed is.
Well, once something's forbidden, super forbidden isn't that much more of a stretch.
I guess you got a point there.
We just drive by Jay and Silent Bob, pick up some deep weed.
But yeah, no, she'll be thankful and she'll take the drugs.
Excellent.
in a somewhat like, what's the word? Impatient, irritated voice, Rod would say, "Can we go now?"
Well, I wanted to get a few rounds in at the arcade, but fine.
Well, you can stay. You have your own mode of transportation.
Alright, I'll be right behind.
So if no one's saying anything, where is the storage unit? Like, technically, is it still the same neighborhood and stuff?
This is in the Barrens.
Okay.
And there was an address on the pamphlet?
Yep.
Alright.
So I would say the standard routine where I get a little slower while I get closer to the place, and I'm gonna release a triad of drones. First, just with the autosofts without me in them.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception. Alright, so you don't notice anything terribly threatening to you, but there are a couple seedier types sitting on their front steps or walking around. Not very busy, but you kind of think, do you have any kind of organized crime or street gang knowledge?
Jet does.
Checking. No, like black markets and stuff. That's all.
Well,
Street drugs.
they're not exactly hiding or anything, so pretty sure everyone will notice them. Rod will just have a better idea that they're, while not as a substantial amount, more than you would figure for 3 a.m. Can't quite tell they're an indiscriminate gang member, but they don't look like they're just out shopping.
Okay, with my hits, can I tell like if anything is connecting them? Like any kind of sign, any kind of
Nothing's really going on. They're just people hanging out, talking, passing the time out
Almost
at times that are weird.
having to go.
What? Hex is here.
Yeah, sorry guys.
No,
It's all
don't be
good.
sorry, you're here.
Yeah, no. We've got one bathroom. My brother's like, well, I'm gonna go take a shower. I was like, well, try and make it quick.
Got that horse diaper?
Gross.
Yeah, what now?
We are streaming and going, so
Yeah, sorry everybody. I'm sick today.
it's all right.
Great. Now that Hex is awoken, I'm gonna sort of message Sue and Jet when I'm at it, and is it something you guys want to take care of? Do we want to just scare them off, or like, are they in the way?
They're just dotted around the landscape. They're not particularly in your way. They don't seem to care too much about you other than watching who's coming through the neighborhood.
Just
Okay.
keep an eye on my bike, right?
So I'm gonna leave the drone sort of in the sky, sort of looking at them. I've got like 4 surveillance drones, so like 3 of them like flying around and looking at people, like particularly suspicious ones, or whatever. And then we're gonna just stop in front of the storage unit, like a block away. So guys,
Are you at the storage unit or are you a block away?
Dante.
Yes, sir.
3 to perceive, 5 to astral perceive, and 2 to judge intentions on the gangers. Are they paying any particular attention to either us or the storage unit?
They're
And
watching you as you drive by because you're one of the only things that's going on aside from them talking to each other.
okay,
I'm trying to look up and see what gang this might be for.
although pretty much what I see is that Ali knows they are a gang because they are people that are in a place.
Yeah, I mean, Jet rolled a success on his gang knowledge, so.
if they are, if they turn out to be a whiz gang, I might know something about them.
Well, would a whiz gang be hanging around a Baron's storage unit at 3 a.m. or like 3:30?
It does not look like they are particularly hanging around the storage unit. More so that there's areas around the storage unit and they are just relaxing.
So, is it too much of a stretch if I said that if we don't if we don't bother them, they might not bother us?
Well, you don't have any gangs knowledge, so you might not be able to say that. But the other people would.
Listen.
With their success.
Based on what I'm looking at, the way they're acting, the way they're carrying themselves, they're chilling. They're not posted up.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, we're in a bad neighborhood. The worst that we have to worry about right now is getting our rides boosted. So let's just pull up to the storage unit. You watch my bike. You are your car. So
Well, I think I'm gonna go with you this time.
Why don't
Like,
we do?
actually with you.
Why don't we do this? We've got the code for the storage unit, right? Or do we not?
I don't think we
Never
do.
actually got any information from the guy.
All right. Ah, that would have been good to know.
What
See,
did we
this is
do?
this is the
All
part
right.
where I don't like him.
So why don't we? Why don't
No,
we?
Hold on.
The Johnson didn't know anything about this. You left the guy sleeping in his apartment to go take care of
Yeah.
those guys.
This isn't Johnson.
Okay, I retract that.
So why
Jet
don't we?
looks at Allie and says, "What did we do with that dude's link again?"
She'll reach into her bag after a second and pulls it out.
Hex,
thought
you
we
want to have
left
a
it
look?
there.
X and goes, that's what I thought. My mark disappeared.
thought we left
I
it
knew
there.
Somebody took it off.
Oh no, she pocketed the shit out of it.
Oh.
Yeah, but didn't she cut it off too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Hex is all about, well, my mark disappeared, so I knew somebody had tampered with it.
Huh. Well, that kind of ruins the whole act like nobody was there thing. But okay, so I was thinking, why don't we back the van up to the storage unit? Jet can roll his bike up on the side of the van that is not got gangers looking at it. Then we can have Allie pop the door, and then roll the van and the bike like in there so that they can't get boosted.
So we're not even pretending we're not there for the storage unit. We just roll up in force and,
Get what we need and get the hell out. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I don't know how we're gonna pretend we're not there for the storage unit that we're about to like open and then go into and take stuff out of.
well,
I
there's
mean-
like minimal presence, and then there's riding a van next to the door.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Hex, you crack his link, see if you can find a code. Allie and I will go in, have a look around. If you can't get his code, then she pops the lock.
And then I routinely suppressive fire the whole street.
So which storage container are you planning to crack the lock on?
True. So, Hex, don't screw up.
Oh, thanks. That puts a lot
No
of confidence
pressure.
in me. I appreciate that.
It's a good thing you came here to, succeed and stuff.
Yeah, that was a good one.
See?
Here you go.
Is there like a...
There's probably an office that's open during normal hours. This time of night, probably not. There's probably a number pad maglock entry at the main door. Number would be shared with anyone who has a unit inside.
Okay, so it's like a gated thing where we have to get into the area.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of hallways. It's like a self-storage facility. Let me grab a picture.
Oh, so it's enclosed, or is it outdoors?
It is enclosed.
All right. Nice.
That just means nothing better happened because we don't have anywhere to run, maybe?
Well, let's not assume we're gonna have to run yet. So I believe the plan was to actually roll up next to the storage unit. So since Hex got successes, does she know which one is the one?
Not that exact one, but that notion. Hex would be able to go through files on the comlink.
Well, did you roll against the roll? Did you do the contested roll? 'Cause I've
Uh,
got to beat the contested roll.
just device rating, right? Times 2.
Um, usually.
Yeah, because he's got it. He's holding it, so it's a direct connection.
I do not know that number. I'm going to ignore that call.
Alright, so you can modify files, look at files and such. You'll probably see a note that he made on his comlink about Unit 457 and a number, just a random number below that.
Send that our way, Hex.
Nope.
Damn.
Oh, I see.
There we go.
So once we don't drive our vehicles into the thing. We leave our vehicles, enter the building, and then find the unit.
There's typically some kind of loading bay that you have access to, but you also have access through a front door to just go and pull something out.
Okay, but it's not like you can back right up to your unit. You'd have to get like hand trucks or whatever.
Yeah, hand trucks, dollies.
Okay. All right, gotcha.
It's a freight elevator somewhere, etc.
Oh, this is multi-level.
Yep.
This is like a storage palace.
You're getting good
They're
at
the kind of
randomly
place-
rolling.
They're the kind of places that'll take over New York City pretty soon.
I'm assuming that's what I need to roll to try and search for the file. We can figure out which one we've got to get and maybe what the code is.
He just told you.
Oh, did he?
I did.
So save that.
What you're saying is I just rolled and could have failed at something that the GM would have given us for free?
Yes. To be
Okay.
fair,
All you needed was
happened.
one success. I'm pretty sure that's what you would have went to. Probably should have been patient, but oops.
No, I was getting a phone call and it was messing up my
It's all good.
Discord. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Hex, can you tell us if there's a camera system or something like that in this place?
Or can
Um,
I just witness the camera system by looking around?
Like shiny and chrome?
It might help if I grab the door, right?
So I would assume we're just scoping the place out at 3 a.m.
We're probably going to be going in. I would like to not appear on camera.
But like, should I also try, or are we leaving everything up to Hex to just, crawl the matrix while we awkwardly stand around and wait?
That's up to you.
Yeah, you want to scope out the place.
You could like
I could.
They'd resist.
launch your arm bugs or whatever.
Yeah, I could, but I wonder if like my arm bugs are, if your astral form isn't actually more stealthy.
I can't see cameras.
Would I
Or
roll
anything
for the
of real
fade?
note.
Well, like you can see the physical housing for it, but you can't tell that it's a camera. It's like a blob in that shape.
Huh.
It's kind of nondescript like the walls and everything else. So it'd be hard to see. You'd take a penalty for trying to notice it.
Yeah, so
Huh.
if you sent your fly spy in, then, have a look around. Let us know. At least get the layout.
What do I roll for your fade, Hex?
I just resist it, but on here it tells you if you'll notice it incoming fade.
Gotcha.
My fade resist was 7. This is similar to Drain for a mage casting a spell.
Yeah. I just didn't know what it was for that specific spell.
Yeah.
So you will notice as you kind of slip forth from your immortal shell that the ambient mana around us sitting in the back of this car is very thick and sludgy.
Astral perceive, do you get to see dudes or just magical stuff and spirits?
Dudes will show up as having an aura. Like everything else is going to be gray and blank and just kind of like
Yeah.
no detail. But people show up as color. Awakened people show up as brighter as color, and spells and spirits show up similar to how awakened people show up.
Okay.
Thing is, though, you can't see through buildings. He would have to
I went in.
project.
Yeah, I think
I
he
did.
Oh,
projected.
okay.
It's just the astral just feels thicker than it normally is, as if like it takes a slightly more effort for you to push your way through it.
Huh. Is it centered around anything in particular?
It's just kind of the immediate area of like the back of the car. If you go out of the car, it kind of disappears, but it's just
Classic Bamce is cutting out.
damn it. Maybe I should get a wired headset for this kind of stuff, right?
The back seat, did you say?
Like in the back of the van, it's sludgy, and like the immediate area right outside the van. But as you go beyond that, it's back to normal for this area.
Has the back of our van ever been sludgy before?
No.
Has it ever been sludgy when Allie wasn't in it?
No, you didn't really project ever since that. You sensed her earlier, and there was some weird stuff, but you didn't know what that weird stuff was.
Well, there was
Right.
a lot of blood in the van, so maybe that's something.
Has Rot stopped for like Stuffer Shack burritos anytime in like the last 3 days or so?
You don't know that.
Hmm.
Well, I say disregard the sludgy whatever in the van and check out the unit, since
Yeah,
uh
I wanted to go see if there's like dudes or spirits or like stuff that I can see.
Yeah, sure.
that sounds useful.
Where are you actually going? Like, are you going everywhere? Are you checking the unit? What are you doing? Where are you going?
I'm not sure what the layout really looks like.
It's a grid
But-
system just lined with units, overhead doors.
Then I guess kind of just do a lap around enough so that I can see down each like line of sight.
Sure. It's barren. You don't see anybody. It's you probably expected that considering the time of night.
Right. Well,
Um,
I was more wondering if they might have like a patrol spirit or, you know, something like that.
None that you see just going around the storage units.
Okay. Am I able? Oh, probably not. Would I have a way to locate the specific storage unit?
Well, there's probably tiny numbers on every door, but if everything's kind of gray and hazy astrally, I don't know that you'd pick it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. All right. Is there like a is kind of a front office type of area, or is this just like the storage sort of?
No, there is an
Section.
attached office area.
Okay. Anything interesting in there?
There's one security guard. Probably
Okay.
see his feet kicked up on the desk. He doesn't
All right.
seem very diligent.
I'm sneaking
awaken-
around in my drone, and I'm gonna try perceiving stuff. I'm just looking for the numbers quickly.
Sure. You want to go ahead and roll perception as well? That looks like sneaking.
Is perception still intuition, or is it logic now?
It's still intuition.
But in a drone, I can use electronic warfare, right?
Good.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to perceive with the drone.
What's everyone else doing? You just sitting around waiting to see what pops up?
Well, I believe that I sort of blacked out, and Sue sort of blacked out, and just leaves Ali and Jet. And Hex sort of blacked out, probably, since she's doing Matrix stuff.
Yeah, I mean, once she gets in with the cameras, we can move in without any worry.
So is somebody gonna like let me go touch a doorknob or a
Sure.
mag lock?
Hmm.
Can't you touch the pin pad thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The mag lock, the keypad thingy.
All right. So Rot, you successfully sneak. As you're flying around, you do see what looks like some security cameras. Other than that, you confirm basically what Sue noticed. There's nobody really going in and out. You don't see anybody or anything making any movement. You'll find the storage unit. It looks to be medium-sized, like a small one-car garage.
Okay, guys. I assumed it's gonna be like a actually milky milk run. Although I get nervous in situations like those.
Yeah, I would have really appreciated it if you didn't say that.
Well, too late,
What's
Jinx.
the worst that could happen?
I'm sorry, what happened? I was placing an order for dinner.
Nothing really.
Good.
Rot flew a drone around, saw what looks like some cameras. There's one guard over in the office area with his boots kicked up, just doing the graveyard shift.
As you do.
Exactly. And then I'm guessing Hex just walked up and touched the keypad.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you'll get marks on the host for that. I gotta resist that.
It's funny because it actually looks like Hex is like punching in some buttons or something, but she's actually hacking stuff.
Kind of. It looks like she's drunk though, because Dad is having to hold her up.
I can just stick my arm out the window and like hold her up.
That'd look really sketch, man.
I didn't mean by like her collar. In a way that wouldn't make it obvious that she was being dangled out of a car.
How do you make that not obvious and weird?
So you get your mark on the host.
Grab her belt.
Okay, I need one of these deals.
Look at you, Hex.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You want to take a look at my bank account while you're on fire?
So what are you looking for?
In general, like hidden icons and things. Preferably things that are camera shaped.
You do not notice anything camera shaped.
So the
Sweet.
cameras are like for show? I don't understand.
Who knows?
Or it could just be, that they don't really have cameras hooked up to the same network, or that they just don't have cameras at all.
No, but I saw cameras. I mean, I physically saw cameras, but if you don't see them in the system, that might mean that either we're dealing with like an outside security something, which is bad, since it can alert some actually dangerous people.
It's most likely that the cameras and the pin pad are not on the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Which means I'll have to go
Hex.
inside and touch a camera.
You will see that there are intrusion alarms on doors and windows.
Hmm.
Well, I guess that's to be expected since it's a storage unit.
Yep.
So as long as I'm not jumped in and the drone is going back now. So who's going inside? I'm just gonna look in the back of the van. Oh, was like Jet and Ali and everyone's next to us, or is Jet just messaging from outside?
Let's talk about this intrusion alarm thing.
Can you do anything about that, Hex?
I can, and I can actually do something kind of cool about it because, I'm a technomancer, and I might actually do something.
You're a
Holy crap! You're a
You're
technomancer?
Oh my god!
Oh, what the hell?
That is
Kill it
so
with fire.
cool.
That is actually kind of cool now that I think about it.
I
Yeah,
didn't trust those
I have a
guys. Oh my
silhouette
god.
character, but, because you guys wouldn't have
Yeah.
known about the intrusion alarms.
Oh damn it! I thought like Hex slipped something really important. Oh no, damn it! That would have been such a cool reaction.
So I think what I'm going to do is I think what I'm going to do is take
Yes.
my crack sprite spoofer, and I'm going to try and place a mark on the intrusion alarms and stuff, and give him instructions since we can share marks and have him. Can't we share marks, Bamce?
No.
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 Oh, that sucks. So I'm going to have to help him put a mark on there.
Mm-hmm.
You sounded really confident when you said you can share marks.
Well, I thought I could, but I was like, oh, wait. No, I don't know if I can. I mean, not put my foot in my mouth.
Different personas.
Let's see.
What you should have said is, we can share marks. I'm pretty sure that's on page 174, and then just go with it.
All right. Let's see. Oh.
All right, and you're trying to hack what?
I'm trying to hack the intrusion alarms. So I'm trying to get my sprite to
No,
hack the
they
intrusion
are
alarm,
inside of the door.
if that
Can you
makes any
touch
sense.
them from there?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Intrusion
When the
alarms
GM
are
asks
not
you if you
outside.
touch the alarm, you hang back for a minute and think.
Well, no, I thought he said I found it when I was in the maglock in the door.
Yeah, you'll see that there are intrusion alarms as you're poking around the host. You did a matrix perception. People
Okay.
do not usually mount intrusion alarms on the outside where people can touch them.
Yeah, but if you
So-
can see them on the net on the host or the network, then shouldn't you be able to manipulate them?
Yes. At least I would think so.
That's what I was thinking. So that's why I'm gonna try and have my sprite hack the intrusion alarms so he can, if they're set off, he'll already have the mark and he'll be able to manipulate and silence them.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's certainly something you can do.
Yeah, the second role was you helping the sprite, or the sprite doing stuff, or
The second role is gonna be the sprite doing stuff. That's not very competent. Look at all them dice too. Man, and only 4 successes. Versus
well,
like
4
what?
is good, I would assume.
5 on the 11.
Am I rolling just the intrusion alarm rating, or does it get firewall from the host since you already have a mark?
You're inside the host, so you have a direct connection to all other devices inside the host.
Gotcha.
Oh. So now are there cameras?
Hex does not see any cameras.
I have a question on that. Assuming that the cameras are hooked up to a separate network, would you be able to see a link to that network?
Yeah,
While
like
you're in that?
identify who you're dealing with.
If the networks are connected, you would be able to see some kind of connection, yes.
Okay.
So if she can't see the cameras from the host that she's in, either they're just dummy housings or they're on a completely separate host that is not connected to the host with the intrusion alarms and the pin pad and shit. Interesting.
Rod, when you were in the facility, were there any cameras pointing at the entrance?
Let me think about that. Dante?
You just want to know if there were cameras at the entrance?
Pointing at the whatever Jet said.
Probably yes.
Yes, I think so.
Can you get your bug to go into the office and see if there's like a screen in front of the security guard displaying like some camera output or some shit?
Would I have to sneak again,
I mean,
Dante, or would I use my previous role?
You would have to sneak again
Since
because
I just
you're going to a new location and actually interacting with people.
well, not interacting. I would be like flying
Right next to a person to see what he's looking at?
When you put it like that.
Okay, so Rod, bitte mit den Fliegen machen in der Büro.
I'm gonna just in case I'm gonna edge that like ahead of the time.
He was inattentive.
Well, I want him to remain that way. I don't know. I have like 4 edge. I can use 1, I think.
Okay.
I mean, even I lose my fly spy. Like, where is it? Oh, what the hell?
So you'll eventually get it over to where the guard's sitting. He's just got his feet kicked up on the desk, maybe eating some potato chips. He is watching videos on his comlink. They look to be like a soap opera.
So he's watching videos on his comlink. Does he have any like? How does the room he's currently doing nothing in? How does it look? Does he have like screens watching the whole place with like cameras and stuff, or does he just sit
He's
there
at a chair with a desk. It's pretty blank walls. A couple clipboards hanging around with various scheduling and motivational quotes, but there's no screens, no TVs. It looks like just an office that somebody sits in during the daytime hours.
That makes the guard almost useless. What's up?
It depends on how long you're going to watch him for.
Well, I would like to perch maybe like on a like in a corner somewhere and maybe watch him for a
Sure.
second.
Rod, are you able to see whether the cameras are plugged into anything? If the cables coming from the housing?
Well, are the cameras camera-like? Like they have like cables and everything when I look at them?
They do appear to be cameras.
So I guess so. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they look like there should be some cameras in the system here. But the guard doesn't have anything, and they're not in the system. So I guess that looks like really weird.
Sue, does your
Yeah.
invisibility mojo work on cameras too?
Is it the improved kind? What is that sound?
And how is your hiccups coming along?
Es tut mir leid. I don't know what invisibility you speak of.
Oh, that was my invisibility, my old self.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Got to learn invisibility, man. Okay.
Yeah, I've just put the lodge up so that I can learn some spells, but it's tough to find the time. What with we are always being shot at, running around, and going to the hospitals and whatnot.
I know, it's always work, work, work.
Yeah, the reward for good work is more work, yeah?
Yeah.
And I would have it no other way. Haha.
Okay.
Can't say it, but there's like the biggest cat-eyed roll. Like just.
Dante, if I were to throw a flashback into the front entrance, would that temporarily blind the cameras?
Not as long as it would a person, but it also makes a fair amount of noise, so you might want to make sure you think that through.
No, I mean the flashback, not the flashbang.
It's like a flashlight thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of camera flashes going off.
Although to be fair, flare compensation and such, well, it shouldn't be on a camera, but it is very expensive. So if the cameras are not here and they may be on another system, they
But
may also be more expensive. I don't know.
Even with a flare
So, like-
compensation, that's just not permanent damage. It would conceivably take a couple seconds for the camera to adjust, but not very long, depending on how the camera's equipped.
I could just reach up and rip one off and then see if anything weird happens.
Let's not do that.
I thought you
I
guys
mean-
wanted to
No.
be sneaky, not throw up.
You could like
Okay.
let Allie sneak in there, or you
You
could
see
just
what I'm
walk
wor-
down there like normal
Allie?
people.
Do you have any ideas?
I mean, we could just sneak by them.
True.
I would say sneak by them, leave Sue not in there, and when something happens, he can just walk up to the guard and maybe talk to him,
Yeah.
or possibly do that thing that he denies that he can do with the mine and stuff.
What are you talking about?
See that thing?
All right, let's go.
Okay. The sneaking, I believe, I will leave to Yet and Kätzchen. I will stand rear guard, yeah?
I will accompany Sue, not being with the sneaking party, but I will inform you that in any case I have a drone somewhere inside.
Now, as a reminder, the Johnson did say that there was a terminal that was connected to the container and a fair bit of electronics.
Well, I mean, Hex can pick that
Q
up
Hex.
on wireless, right?
It's not connected to the Matrix, according
The
to
terminal
what the Johnson said.
It may
Yeah.
not have been yet. So
So we have to sneak Hex through?
Well, you're also a rigger, so either you or Hex might be able to handle it.
Hex, how do you feel about like sneaking places?
like not terribly great.
Well, I'm feeling like on a scale of let's say from 1 to 10, I feel like a 4.
Let's say I probably feel like a 2.
Okay, so I guess I'm going.
Okay.
I'm gonna sort of jump out of the drone, let it just sit on a wall or something, and watch the guy for a second.
That
Then
is something it can do.
yeah, and I will. Oh, I like how you sounded just like Bamce. And I'm gonna just get out, put on the ballistic mask. And like, let's do this, guys. I wasn't sneaking in ages.
Okay. Ballistic mask. In we go.
And I would like to take let's say one of the drones, one of the flying eyes into my hand, so it can be with me.
Sure thing.
Yeah, and I'm going there with them, I guess. Jet, you have any advice on sneaking?
Don't get seen.
Don't get seen. Ah!
Jinx! Very
So,
funny, guys.
just as a quick check, where is everybody and what's everybody doing?
Sneaking in.
And then Rot was going in. Hex and Sue, are you staying in the van? Where are you hanging out?
I thought we were
someone
staying
else
in the
van.
van.
Okay.
Since Hex is not going in, I would probably take out the jammer case, maybe hand it to Jet or Ali, and say maybe we could just put it next to the guard in case he wanted to call anyone. Turn it on and then go and do stuff.
What's the range on that jammer?
What was it, 20 meters, I think it was?
Does it just jam communications, or is it all electronic signals?
I'd say all electronic signals.
How far away is the storage unit from the place you want to put the jammer?
Do we know?
Where did you want to put the jammer?
Well, I was thinking I don't know, if he's inattentive and looking at stuff, we could put it right next to his booth, turn it on,
Wait
and
a
then
second.
go.
Rod, if you put a jammer next to the guard who is watching videos on his comm link, is that not going to alert him to the fact that something's up?
Probably.
It's a minor detail that the game master maybe wouldn't think about. I don't know.
Well, he's thinking about it now.
I think Dante's smarter than that.
Well, never mind. I mean, we could take it just in case. I don't know.
We can take it. That's not a problem.
Okay, and I'm gonna slip 2 shots of jazz into my arm as well. I think I'm gonna need it.
I thought
Okay.
that was inhalation.
Not use it,
Storing it.
just take it with me.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you go on ahead. I'm gonna be behind you, hopefully, unseen.
I don't know. Maybe a sneaking roll.
Although, while I'm doing the sneaking roll, Dante, I mean, I cannot imagine a rigger taking care of a storage controller. I thought that in this edition, only hackers were hacking stuff, and only in the Shadowrun games could riggers do stuff like taking over the whatever and using their rigging skills to do stuff.
Well, it's general electronics knowledge, I was figuring, on the Iron Lung container and such. You're not necessarily looking to hack it, but if it's connected to power sources and terminals, I imagine you have some hardware experience and knowledge.
Nine
We're
of
talking
it.
about Iron Lung. Okay.
Maybe it's self-propelled and you can just drive it out of there.
Like jump into the iron lung.
Yeah, it's got a rigger
Guy.
interface, obviously.
Yeah,
No,
just lay on
guys.
top of
right
it.
out.
This is the
Circuit right
weirdest
on out of
feeling
it.
I've ever had.
Just Teen Wolf that thing straight out of the place.
There you go.
I mean, if you think there's something you might need to hack, either Hex is connected to the host if anything in there is connected as well, or look at bringing Hex. That's up to you guys.
Let's just go see what's what.
Sneak,
All right.
sneak, sneak.
That's gonna be
So-
painful.
If you're going in, Rot, need a sneaking roll. Ooh, a 1.
You've got
Well, I got like a-
edge.
Are you comfortable with that level of success?
No. Can I do that thing where I add dice after rolling? No.
Nope.
It's just edging the remaining dice, right?
You can spend
So-
edge to post break the limit, in which case you're only going to roll your edge attribute.
Cutting
those-
out.
And those 6. So you can post spend an edge to roll your edge attribute, and only those 6s will explode.
So I can roll 3 dice and then roll separately 4 dice with exploding 6s.
No, you can roll 4 dice with exploding 6s if you have 4 edge.
Okay. Well, I guess it's better than 3 dice. Okay.
How do you make 6s explode?
Put an exclamation point at the end, I think it was.
Yep, he got it.
Which they didn't. But never mind. 3 successes.
Okay. So you guys are sneaking up on the door. What do you do then?
Are we sneak? Can we with that sneak like past the guard or?
Well, the guard's in an office. Right now you're sneaking up at the door. Nobody's opened the door yet.
Okay.
I thought that was us going in.
Is
But
this
Are
like
you-
an open
as-
business door, or is this like a keypad punchy door?
There was the keypad punchy door. As far as I could tell, Hex never disabled the intrusion alarms. He got his mark on him, so I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of what the situation was.
Hex.
I thought he made his sprite disable them.
Yeah, like
I thought he just got the sprite to have a mark on it.
he's got a mark on it, and I've instructed him like if it should go off, silence it. Like, take care of the alarm.
Can't we just
Okay.
disable it beforehand?
Yeah, why don't we?
I mean, I can.
In an ounce of prevention.
Well, wouldn't disabling it alert whoever is doing stuff? I don't know. I don't know how hacking works.
It depends upon what happens. Like if he succeeds in the hacking, then no, because he will have like either spoofed it to like he could spoof it right now to open as though it got a legitimate entry of the code. It's like yes, you will open now. He could edit file to change the passcode on it.
I thought we had the passcode.
We have it to the locker. Not
Come
the
to
front
think of it,
entrance.
couldn't we just like walk up to it and say we have a passcode to the locker? We want to open the locker.
Mm-hmm. Potentially.
Why wouldn't the passcode to the door be the same as your passcode to the lock?
I mean, if that's I was given it the option for Hex to hack it. Otherwise, I will be happy to push that button.
Are you willing, Hex?
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I can hack it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Which one do I want to do? Do I want to spoof or do I want to edit?
What are you better at?
It doesn't matter. It's the same dice pool.
So go ahead. and remain being on fire. This is not exactly what I meant.
Are you
That's what I was
comfortable with that level of success?
Yay!
I love that quote, Bamce. I love it.
You're welcome.
Congrats.
I'm gonna go with no.
So we're just sneakily standing or like crouching next to the door and waiting for Hex to do stuff.
Yeah, more or less, it sounds like.
I mean, this is all happening very fast in Hex time, so.
So were you looking at edging that then, or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna edge that.
But he's using the fancy tables, so I guess that takes time.
Just curious.
I'm just forgetting how to type it up.
Well, there's 10 dice, right? So it'll be slash roll 8d6 because there was only 2 successes.
Well, if I
Greater
use
than.
edge. Right, it is 8, so I get to keep those 2 successes.
Yep.
Man, I'm thinking I'm having to roll 10 again. I'm being dumb.
It's all good.
So, I heard that spirits can like help people sneak around. Could you maybe try and do that?
What time is it, Dante?
Sometime around 3 to 4 a.m.
That's
Sun
much better.
coming up?
Couple hours.
We
Okay.
need just like minutes, so
All right. So what do I roll to defend against that edit file?
you don't. You can just accept it.
Okay.
I think it
I
more or
wanna
less comes down to it's like device rating by 2.
Yeah.
Since once again we're
Sure.
in the host and we have a
Direct connection.
Mhm.
Gotcha. All right. So this maglock does not have a device rating high enough to beat your 6 successes. So go right ahead.
So, okay,
So-
I come out and I send everyone a message.
So it's just like a green light, and it's pick, opening.
He changed the code, so you're gonna have to punch the code in.
Ah, great. The best kind of code.
Nice reference, too.
It's the same code as my luggage.
In we go.
Okay, so in we go. Sue,
Yeah.
how about that spirit? I'm not feeling very like comfortable.
Oh, you got 3 successes.
Still,
I mean, you've got edge.
That's only 1 success less than the other 2 guys.
I think you're good.
well, I
man.
know, but I have only 1 edge remaining, and if there's gonna be any more sneaking around, and as Sue is not doing anything particularly interesting, he could summon a spirit. Maybe, I don't know.
I already have a spirit.
Well, summon a new one.
Don't screw it up like you did that first time. That was kind of funny.
Why wouldn't
I mean,
Why wouldn't I just use the one that I have?
Like, is it still summoned up and stuff?
It has one thing left that it can do.
Then use it. I mean, if you want to use this one or the other one, I don't care. I'm just feeling like sneaking in my own
Oh
flesh
my
is
god, just
way
let's
harder.
get this over with. Come on, guys. Do that mojo.
All right.
So with that really non-descriptive, all right, I'm gonna feel reassured and I'm gonna go with them.
I'm.
What's the worst that could happen?
It would be really funny if I just said, "Yeah, you're good. Go on."
I've done it.
Well, there's no way I could see anything, so yeah, basically.
Okay. So you guys are sneaking up towards the storage unit?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do we see?
You see lots of storage units. Tess, you get up and walk up to this unit 457. You see that there's a little keypad attached to the front of it.
I type in the code.
It flips green, you hear a click, and the door nudges a little bit.
I open the door
And
sneakily.
you can't open these doors sneakily if you've ever been to a storage unit.
If anyone can, Jet can. No, yeah.
So yeah, you'll open it up. It'll make a bunch of noise, as little as it can, considering nobody ever greases the springs or anything. And you'll see an iron lung container pushed up against the wall, a terminal sitting on a desk next to it, a bunch of wires between the two, couple, maybe a tablet or equivalent sitting on it as well with other research notes.
And that sounds like a good time to take a break, considering at least one other person got food.